a video walk around of our 1977 Ferrari 308 GTB Vetroresina. So, introduced in 1975, the 308 was originally produced in small numbers using a fiberglass body, simply owing to the fact that Ferrari weren't sure if this car was going to be a success or not. So, keeping the cost down on low production numbers, produced it with a fiberglass body. Of course, thus keeping weight down and making the car quite a bit more attractive in terms of its driving style than those cars produced later with the steel body. Ferrari made just 154 right-hand drive fiberglass examples, of which this is one of those cars, until they of course switched to the steel body as mentioned. Being an earlier car, it also featured a dry sump lubrication as well as the Weber carburetors, making this car sound a lot better than the later cars as well. This car was supplied new via Matlin car concessionaires in 1977 to its first owner based down south of England in Andover. Finished in what colour it presents in now, this stunning shade of silver, originally over a blue interior. However, you will see that presently it comes with the Nero black leather interior with black carpets as well. You'll note how good a condition the paint is in, and that simply owes to the fact that the car very recently, back in 2018, underwent a full strip down and respray by specialists Webster and Lancaster. That was fully overseen by DK Engineering, and since that year 2018, the car has been in the care of DK and has been sold on a handful of occasions. Its total owners comes in at 10. And most notably, from 1983 until 2007, it was in single ownership and extremely well cared for. Up until 1982, it was in fact serviced by the same supplying car dealer as when it was new. And then from the years 83 until 2007 was, as I say, as well kept with a specialist dealer likewise as well. We'll have a quick look at the original accessories that come with the car. You'll note, firstly, we have the jack, and then we have the warning triangle, an interior light, the toolkit, and some spare bulbs. Going back to the car, it of course actually recently has some fresh tyres as well, each with 10mm of tread on. And then going into the details, we'll take a look at the interior. The paintwork is described as being finished in Concours level condition, despite being a few years since its respray. It's done very few miles since then, so one wouldn't be surprised at that statement. It, of course, as you'll notice as well, has the 5-speed manual gearbox, which goes via a limited slip differential. Electric windows as well. And going round to the driver's side, you'll note the bolsters are in good condition both sides. And in question of the mileage, we can see here that the car has covered 45,595 miles at this time of recording. And going into the rear of the car, one simply pulls there. And you're greeted by this remarkably clean engine bay, if it'll go into focus. A very well cared for engine. This car, at the time of respray, also underwent a lot of work on the engine to ensure it was running as it should be. In-house at DK Engineering, of course. Has had countless services in its life, including those all-important major services. And if we look down here, you can note the engine number as well. All as you would expect. Then undoing this cover here, you'll find the rather generous rear boot space. And then to the other side of the car, we will release the front. Again, as you would expect, maintained to the highest of standards throughout its life, with little expense spared, if any. And undoing that, we reveal the alloy wheel that was optioned with the car from new, and as well on the side, wired for a C-Tech charger, making this vehicle very easy to store indeed. And speaking of options when new, this car was also optioned with the quite notable air conditioning. A small but very pleasant touch with this type of car. To summarise, a very well cared for example of the already rather popular 308s, and of those 308s to have a fiberglass example, one of which there are just 154 UK supplied right-hand drive cars. This is almost as good as they get. Thank you for watching.